guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you're listening to this on my podcast, I am so happy you're here. My name is K-Sky. I'm a life and mindset coach, and I have a really good episode for you today. I actually had something else planned for today's episode, and as I was getting ready this morning, I was like, wait, I have another idea. I have something else that feels just so intuitively downloaded. And so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. I made just a few bullet points on my phone because, like I said, when I was getting ready this morning, I was like, Siri, make me a note, please. I have got to remember what I'm thinking. And so the title for today's video / episode is 5 Hard Truths to Help You Create a Better Mindset for a Happier Life. These 5 things have been just on my mind a lot lately. It's been things that I have been using really for years, perspective shifts, beliefs that I have implemented into my own life for years, but it's also things that I have been really working on with my current one-on-one clients. And these 5 things, if you can actually hear them with an open mind and implement them, your life will change. And so these are these 5 hard truths to really help you create a better mindset so you can have a better life. It really all starts with the thoughts we think and the way we see things that create a good life. It is your perspective on things that at the end of the day make the biggest difference. So the first hard truth to help you create a better mindset so that you can live a happier, more successful, more fulfilled life is preparing to take the action is not the same as taking the action. So we can prepare and get excited and daydream and buy all the notebooks and make the Pinterest board and prepare. But if you aren't actually at the end of the day taking the action, you are not going to get the result. So this is a form of procrastination. It is a sneaky form of self-sabotage, and it's something that I notice not only within myself that I used to do all the time, but I notice in a lot of my clients and people that come into my world. And it's because preparing for something is like this sneaky way we allow ourselves to access the feeling of productivity. We feel like because we are preparing, we are technically moving the needle, even though we're never going to take the action. So the way this can look in your life, like an example could be maybe you want to start a small business or a side hustle, and so you're constantly watching YouTube vlogs of other people doing it. You might have bought a course, but you never really went through it. Maybe you are researching like how to pick a business name and how to actually get an LLC, and maybe you're researching how to open a business account, things like that, but you're never actually doing the thing. Maybe you're listening to a bunch of podcasts. Hopefully this is making sense. So let's say the same thing for someone who has like a health and fitness related goal. Preparing could look like looking up recipes and saving them on Instagram. It could look like putting together a workout guide, but not actually going to the gym and doing the workout. So preparation is so important when it comes to getting to our goals, as long as we are still taking the action. Otherwise, it's not helping you at all. It's giving you this false sense that you're moving forward when really you're just staying stuck in the same place. And I get it. Like, I love preparing. I love the feeling because it's like minimal effort. I'm in this excited, motivated energy, but I'm actually not having to step out of my comfort zone or try something new. So I totally get it. I get why we do it. But this number 1 mindset tip, this number 1 hard truth is that if you are someone who is always just preparing to take action and never takes the action, just know that is why you're not getting anywhere. It's because you're stuck in this preparation like season and feeling productive, but not actually doing the things that move the needle. Number 2, waiting for something to feel easy is never going to happen. You have to train yourself to enjoy the hard. So I will be on a coaching call with someone and I will hear, it's just not easy. That's why I'm not doing it. Or I think once this happens, it will be easier and then I will start. Like, I just want to gently shake someone and be like, it's never going to feel easy getting out of your comfort zone. It's never going to feel easy doing something new. It's just not. And so when we wait for something to feel good and to feel easy all of the time, we are going to remain stuck in the same place, because the thing is, something that you've never done before, something that's outside of your comfort zone, is not easy at first, right? Like when we learn a new skill, when we do something for the first time that our brain is not used to, it feels hard, even if it's good for us, right? And so when you're constantly saying, I'm gonna wait until I feel motivated, I'm gonna wait until it gets easier, I'm gonna wait until X, Y, and Z, you are going to be in a standstill for your entire life. And the thing that I have realized that successful people do, and success is different for everyone, but my definition of success is someone who's truly happy and fulfilled with their life. What they do is they don't wait for things to feel easy. They put themselves in discomfort over and over and over again. Let's say you want to lose weight. It's never going to feel easy to do that. Like, it's just not. Like, I guess for someone who's trying to lose a certain amount of pounds or weight or whatever their goal is, like, realistically, you're gonna have to probably feel hungry at times because you're readjusting your appetite, you're readjusting things. And so hunger is like one of, for me, the most uncomfortable feelings. And in order for you to reach a different type of life, in order for you to have a different relationship with food, in order for you to shrink your stomach, you're gonna have to experience some discomfort. You're gonna have to experience hunger. It's the same thing in the gym. It's like when I'm trying to grow my butt, when I'm trying to grow my booty, like I have to experience extreme discomfort. I have to lift heavier each time. I have to go until I'm like worn out in a way. Now, I'm not overexerting or pushing myself in an unhealthy way. It's just, I have to experience discomfort. It's not easy. It might be simple, but it's not easy. So that is number 2. If you're waiting for things to feel easy, you're gonna stay where you are. If you really want to learn what successful people do, they find joy in the hard. I used to remind myself of this belief when I was trying to change like my health and fitness habits, that anytime I experience discomfort, anytime I feel like something is really hard, that means I'm one step closer to my goals, because I'm literally rewiring my brain. I'm creating new neural pathways, and that doesn't feel good. That's hard. But every time I put myself in discomfort that I know is moving me towards my goals, I know I'm literally rewiring my brain, and that takes work. Eventually it becomes easy, but at first it's always going to be hard. And if you can be like, I'm someone who enjoys the hard, I'm someone who enjoys the discomfort, as long as I'm moving towards my goals, you are going to experience so much more. You really will. So that's number 2. Okay, number 3 is a little bit, I don't want to say controversial, but maybe it could be triggering. And that is, you are never going to truly arrive. So you might as well enjoy the journey. How often do you work really hard towards something, or you move towards something, or you unlock something in your life you've always wanted, and then you kind of revel in it for a few days or a few hours or maybe even a month, and then you're like, what's next? So for me, how this has shown up is like with this apartment. I wanted this apartment so bad. I wanted to live in this city in this exact layout, and the newness, the freshness, excitingness of this apartment lasted for a month or 2. And then I was like, you know what? I kind of like to move to a different side of the building. I kind of like to have a bigger layout. My point is that I arrived, I got my goal, and then I was like, okay, what's next? And now I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing. It's all about how you're looking at it, right? And how you feel about it. But my point is that has there ever been a point in your life where you've been like, okay, I'm good. I'm done growing. I'm done wanting. I'm done working towards a bigger vision. Like, this is it for me. I guess answer this question for yourself. For me, that's never happened. I've never met anyone who's been like, okay, I'm good. check, I'm done. Life is great. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy all of this and never want anything again. So my point in saying this is that you're actually never going to arrive at that place. As humans, we're designed to grow. We're designed to want to keep going. And so what we need to realize is that if there's never an end destination, if there's never an end point, if we can actually consciously think about that and understand that, then we know life is actually not about arriving, it's about the journey. So how can you make the journey to what you're wanting and what you're pursuing better? Because once you can focus on that, not the goal being this end all be all, because it will never be, right? But actually how you feel working towards your goal, the pleasure of working towards your goal, not only are you going to get so much more, but you're going to be so much more fulfilled and happy along the way. The fourth hard truth for a better mindset so you can live a much happier life is that being present combined with gratitude is the key to not feeling like crap. So being present and being grateful, like in combination, unlocks a world of happiness. So when we are sitting here and we're feeling anxious, when we're feeling sad, when we're feeling depressed, when we're feeling down, first you need to ask yourself, what am I focusing on right now to have these emotions come up in my body? Now, there of course are times where you're not thinking anything, nothing happens, and maybe there's like a trigger and your subconscious mind is actually triggered, and so therefore you have these feelings of anxiety coming up. I'm talking about something a little bit different here, which is if I'm waking up and I'm literally thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I have so much to do today, I'm never gonna get it done. I go look in the mirror and I'm like, you look like crap today, your nose is huge, you need to go to the gym, you're so lazy. If I'm literally thinking of all these things, no wonder I feel like crap. I'm focusing on all of the negatives, I'm focusing on lack, I'm focusing really just on disempowering thoughts, feelings, and emotions, right? And so that's step number one, is like when I'm thinking about those things, I'm usually thinking about what I need to do, which is in the future, or maybe I'm replaying a conversation I had, which is in the past. So I'm not even present. I'm projecting into the future or reflecting on the past, ruminating on the past. So that's two things right there, is I'm not being present. And then what I'm focusing on isn't what I'm grateful for, it's what I'm lacking. It's what I wish was different about my life or myself. It's what I have to do possibly later today. And so by really refocusing on the present moment and really thinking like, I'm gonna look around and think, what am I grateful for? Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that I even had the opportunity to wake up today, because I know not everyone did. I'm so grateful that I get to drink fresh water and put lemon in it. I'm so grateful that I have a body that carries me around, that treats me so well, that allows me to do the things that I want, that allows me to hug people, that allows me to laugh, that allows me to eat and digest my food without even thinking about it. So really just like repositioning your mind to focus on what is right in front of you and directing your focus to what you're grateful for. Something I do when I'm really swept up in anxious thoughts and I find myself not being present is I will go through my 5 senses. And this is a great way to calm your nervous system and regulate your nervous system. But I'll go through my 5 senses and I'll think of like 3 things I can see right now, and I'll look around. And then I'll think about 3 things I can hear right now, and I'll get really quiet. And then I'll think about 3 different smells I can possibly smell, and so on and so forth. And that really helps you like ground into the present moment. We are naturally designed to think a little more negatively. We are naturally designed to think about like what could happen that might harm us. And so it's not that you have anything wrong with you if you're thinking more negatively. It's just that you haven't trained yourself to think more positively. It is something that we can all do and we can all learn. And that is so freaking exciting. If you need help with this, please reach out. It's honestly so much easier than you think. The 5th hard truth is something you've probably heard before, and that is comparison is the thief of joy. We are constantly bombarded with what other people are doing, how other people's lives look, specifically the highlight reels, right? And so whether we're conscious of it or not, we are most likely comparing ourselves. Now, we might even be comparing ourselves to our past selves. We might be comparing ourselves to our siblings, our cousins, our parents, our friends, people we don't know online. The fact of the matter is that if we are not conscious of comparison, really, you might not even realize you're doing it, right? Comparison is the thief of joy. Now, what I want to leave you with is really this. You may think someone is doing better than you in life, and you may think someone else has exactly what you want. You may think someone is more beautiful than you. You may think someone is luckier than you, wealthier, all the things, right? The first thing I want to say here is, what are you gaining by comparing yourself except heavy energy? And the other thing I want to point out is that while someone objectively, in your opinion, not mine, objectively might be more beautiful, let's say, there will never be someone that is actually you. There will never be another you. So no one can do it like you. No one can have the exact same energy as you. So while this person might have all of these things that you're comparing yourself to, it's an unfair comparison in the first place because you can never be them and they can never be you. And there's magic in that. You are so unbelievably unique, and we really need to refocus on what makes us special. What makes you unique? What makes you special? What is your special sauce? Because no one can do it like you. No one can bring your unique perspectives, life experience, energy, love, vibration. No one can bring your unique gifts like you can, because there's only one you, and there will only ever be one you. And so when you start comparing yourself to someone, gently remind yourself that you are unique. You are here for a reason. You were designed this way for a reason. God, universe, angels, they did not make a mistake when they created you. And that what really is going to, I guess, cancel all of this disempowering energy when it comes to comparison is to start focusing on your unique capabilities and gifts and how to hone your own energy. When you show up as you, that is the most beautiful, magnetic thing you can possibly do. So remember, comparison is the thief of joy. We all do it. It's just so important that we consciously remind ourselves to direct our focus back to what makes us unique and what makes us special. All right, guys, that is all for the 5 hard truths. Hopefully something in this video, in this episode, helped you change your perspective in some way. Like I said, I was getting ready this morning and this just came to me. I had a whole other episode planned, but I don't know, when something's on your heart, you're like, I gotta get it out there because someone clearly needs to hear this. If you can just try and take one of these key points today and add it to your life, I promise you, you're gonna make not only big changes, but you're gonna notice really like immediate shifts. And so I really want to encourage you to expand yourself, maybe listen to this again, make some notes and actually apply it. And remember, just watching this video is not going to bring you the result you want because we have to take the action. Remember, back to number 1 is like preparing to take the action is not the same as taking the action. So you actually have to do something with this information. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. I believe you can also comment on the podcast. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching this if you're on YouTube. If you are on YouTube, please give this video a thumbs up. It really supports me. It supports my channel, and let me know if you have any questions. Other than that, I will see you next week.